Hey guys, it's Will here, welcome back to the channel. Now don't worry that there's nothing on the screen at the moment, all will be revealed very soon. So I wanted to show you something that I found the other day, and I was completely not expecting to find this, and when I first saw it, it was like, whoa, really? That here? At that price? In this year? Wow, just need to buy that, it was like just too good an offer to not buy. So basically I was walking through my hometown, Halstead. I was looking to go to a completely different shop to the one I ended up in, and noticed my local toy store had started stocking the Revell super glue. No, I keep saying super glue, I mean plastic glue, the stuff that you actually use to build GW minis with rather than the GW plastic glue. So I went in there to look at the price, and noticed that amongst all the Airfix kits I knew they stocked, they had a small selection of Games Workshop products as well. Now, most of them were the sort of things you would expect, intercessors, and they had some Stormcast, a couple of basic paint sets that had 5 paints and a few Space Marines to practice on. Nothing particularly exciting, except at the back there were 2 boxes that are probably older than half the people watching this channel. And at the price these were at, the rarity of these in this condition, it's just I can't not buy that. So this is the first one, Imperial Space Marines. And before we look any further, I just want to show you 2 things. Look, shrink wrap. It's still the original shrink wrap with the transfer sheet in there. And then on the back, look at this. Look at this, 1987. I say this thing is probably older than half of you guys watching this video, unless my demographic is a bit older than I thought it was. But yeah, so this is the original plastic Space Marines box, the first plastic infantry box that GW put out, if I remember rightly. And look, £10, £10, and look what you get for that. You get 30 plastic tactical Marines with parts from Missile Launcher, Flamer, Power Fist. I mean, you didn't even get Power Fist on the kit back in 5th edition, and this is the 1st edition kit, and it's got Power Fist in the box. And 30 dudes. It's just, wow. Now, obviously, this thing is probably worth significantly more than I paid for it. I spoke to the guy in the shop, and basically he just had a few old GW bits knocking around from a clear out a mate of his was having, and was just like, I don't know what these are worth, you've got a toy shop, you might as well make some money off them. So yeah, I paid the asking price, £10. It almost felt a little bit like daylight robbery, but that was the price on the box. And yeah, so these are now my Space Marines. Not quite sure what we're going to do with them yet, to be honest, because part of me thinks, well, they're worth so much more than I paid for them. I could just put them on eBay and turn, 4 or 5 times profit, maybe more. I don't exactly know what they're worth, but I'm pretty sure it's more than the tenner. Yeah, just plough the money back into other ongoing projects. But part of me, the gamer in me, is tempted just to open them up, have a look at them, unbox them, build them, paint them, sort of experience what people back in the 80s, when this hobby was brand new, were doing. But I know that as soon as I take the shrink wrap off, open the box and start building them, they're going to be massively devalued, and I'm not sure I've got a particular plan for using them at the moment. They're probably a little bit too old school to fit into either of my current Space Marine armies, but there's not quite enough of them to justify a new Space Marine army, and I haven't got the time to paint a new Space Marine army at the moment because I've got Bad Moon Orcs to paint and unpainted sides of the Emperor to work on, and some Stormcast. I have about 2,000 points of unpainted Stormcast to add to my 2,000 points of painted Stormcast. It's yeah, there's a lot to work on, so I don't know if I get the time to do that. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think I should do. Should I paint them up? Does anyone want them? Make me an offer. Should I just stick them on eBay? But that wasn't the only old kit he had. He also had this. Look at that price, £5 for a Predator. I mean, any Space Marine Predator in any condition at £5 is a decent price. But this one, this is a 1989 Space Marine Predator. 1989. New in the box, the shrink wrap's come off, but from what I can tell the kit is complete. I had a quick look at the instruction manual, and you can see here this is already the basic shape of a Predator. You know, you've got the turret, sponson guns, sponson weapons on here are las cannons. The turret looks like a las cannon as well, but as a single turret it should really be the auto cannon. Let's see if it's got the stats on the back, because sometimes they have the stats on the back. No, not here, but this is interesting. So you've got suggested colour schemes here. Dark Angels, Legion of the Damned, Space Wolves, Crimson Fists, Blood Drinkers. There's some fairly obscure chapters actually. That's another Space Wolf one on there, but look at this. Imperial Guard 8th Regiment. Imperial Guard 7th Regiment. You could use these in an Imperial Guard army back in the day. So yeah, that is weird to think of Imperial Guard using Space Marine Predators, but yeah, that's what you could do. It wasn't a Space Marine tank, it was just an Imperial tank. Let's open this up and see what we've got in here. So the hull is basically the length you'd still expect. You know, it certainly looks to be in the same size class as the current Predator, maybe a little bit shorter vertically. And the hull is literally these two bits here, so this one and this one glued together. There's your top plate with the turret ring. You've got your front armour piece here, various hatches. And there's your old style las cannons, obviously very different to today's one, but you can still see it's a las cannon. Trying to look for the main gun. Oh, is that? Oh, there's the main gun. Track assembly, not that different from today's, to be honest, except obviously the tracks are separate. You know, the whole kind of 2 parts for one side plate, 2 parts for the other. That is still what we have today. You know, it's really quite similar. Spiky dozer blade, alternate top hatch, I would imagine, if you're going to run it as a Rhino rather than a Predator. Oh, actually, I don't know if you could do that. I'm not entirely sure that hatch is meant to be used for, but maybe it's because these are dual parted with the Rhino kit. Got the instruction manual, black and white on paper, not like the shiny glossy ones we get today, but it still tells you what to do. Nice sort of little step-by-step thing here. You know, and how the whole thing's to go together. Some modelling options. You got smoke talks here about smoke launchers and dozer blades, and yeah, there's just a classic. And what surprised me looking at the transfer sheet, other than the fact that it still had the transfer sheet, is how familiar some of these symbols are. I mean, we knew obviously back in the day some of the classic Space Marine legions, like I'm assuming that's meant to be Dark Angels, Blood Angels. There's no Ultramarines here, interestingly. Imperial Fists, you know, symbols we would expect them to have been there since the beginning. Space Wolves, maybe White Scars. But look at this. Is that not the badge of the Brazen Minotaurs? Is that not the badge of the Mantis Warriors? The Carcharodon's Astra, or aka the Space Sharks. Scorpions, Red Scorpions, I think that. I mean, these are black and white, but that's the badge of the Red Scorpions, I'm pretty sure. You know, some of these chapters that I've thought were much newer, apparently have been there right since the late 80s when this stuff came out. And yeah, again, not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this. At a $5, it probably is worth selling it onto eBay and seeing what I can make. But then there's just that temptation to add this thing to my collection, paint it up. You know, could easily justify this one in the size of the Emperor, because you know, they're probably going to have some slightly older tech because the Legion was, or the chapter was somewhat decimated at the hands of High Fleet Kraken. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.